There's cows and the Everything from Nothing podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's nice.
Thank you.
Pass it. But don't tell them.
Welcome back to Everything from Nothing, Ireland's most chaotic. What is it? Holy, yeah. Because you was at communion there this morning. Do you feel you've communed with the Christ?
Communed with the Christ. I had some communion myself.
Why isn't that one working? Oh, and this. All right, 1 second.
Okay. Does it work now?
Yeah. What happened?
I went to the first Holy Communion and I had some communion and I had some cake as well.
Did it melt in your mouth?
Not really, no.
Really? Just
no,
still in there? Stuck in there?
Stuck to the top of my mouth.
Oh, isn't that the worst thing ever? So we're joined by two lads who don't look like they've had communion before.
No, I'm off the stuff.
You're off it, yeah.
I gave it up for Lent.
Yeah. Why did you give it up? Was it just too...
Did Modesto tell you to ask me that, or...
Yeah.
Why, you know about my problem with what? I don't know why you'd bring that up.
Was it personal?
What is this? Is this some sort of ruse or
intervention?
Is it boy?
Yeah.
He's giving you an intervention. It's an interrogation/intervention. Yeah.
So you just no holds barred. You're straight in there with like the hard hitting questions.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll tell you. Yeah, I had a problem with the Holy Communion. I'll admit it.
Yeah.
I like the can't believe it's not Jesus. I'll take some of it. Thank you. Can you do number 3? Hit number 3 there. Oh, sorry, number 4 actually.
Right.
It's supposed to be a clap.
That's good.
It's a very light clap. That's lovely. I like
Just
that clap.
Mild clap.
Did you record that yourself?
Yeah, that's just 100 layers of me.
No way. That's
Clapping at different frequencies.
That's lovely. Yeah, we've our first guest who's brought his own production requirements, and so I don't know what to expect, to be honest.
What's the deal with the masks?
What's the deal?
Yeah.
We wear them loud and proud, brother. I ain't ashamed. No, it's actually a medical condition. I have a chronic ugliness, and
Have you?
it's
What about him?
I'm just trying to make him feel better.
yeah.
Oh, that's so
By
sound like.
covering on my face.
Yeah.
He's my best friend.
And is this you were born with this medical condition, or is it sort of?
No, it actually happened in my late 30s, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because usually you are like born ugly. I know it's like kind of a misconception where you're born that way or what,
Okay.
But no, I wasn't. Just woke up one day and
That had happened.
yeah. But it's for other people's protection, It's like also a bit frustrating because now everyone was wearing masks for the last couple of years and people are like, oh, catching on the trend. Like, no, I've been doing this for like 20 years.
Like as if your health condition is some sort of trend and something fun.
Yeah,
joke
exactly.
about.
It's not funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
And come here, do people treat you different now when you're wearing a mask?
Yeah.
Before?
Which is the funny thing.
Yeah. You just, Mike.
Why?
Could you repeat the question?
No, you can, yeah.
Oh, once again, do people
That's lovely.
treat you differently since you start wearing the mask?
Yeah. Oh, you've got such a great voice.
Yeah.
Oh, these microphones are fantastic.
How do you find people treating you differently?
It's not so much people treat me differently. It's just I like to be in control whether people know me or not.
Okay.
Like we used to be in a band together several years ago, and
What's Boyzone?
no.
We should no. Yeah, we're getting accused.
No
of
comment.
No comment. Yeah.
That's it, exactly. We can't confirm or deny.
We can neither confirm nor deny if we were in Boyzone.
But if we were in Boyzone, the experience that we would have had is that after a show, you'd be kind of having a drink at the bar, and people come up and be like,
Yeah.
"Great show." And to be honest, I'm just a bit anxious. I like to run away,
So this, I feel like this is a real honest answer anyway, is it?
Not really.
Okay.
I think the real answer is actually, it's kind of an artistic thing, Like
Okay.
people look at you and they're like, oh, this fella's got something to say. And I'm like, yeah, I do. But if I was just hearing a jeans and t-shirt, be like, who's this bloke coming in?
Yeah,
I don't want to listen to some fella in jeans and t-shirt.
We've heard enough of them guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of true. And would you wear this like, because you rove into the house?
Rove.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Both of them
Did
are
I just
rove.
make up a word?
Both of them
I do
are
that a
rove.
lot.
That's a great. I love that one. Yeah.
Both of them are rove to the front door
I
mask.
have a medical condition too. I just do the make up words.
That's what you did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it now. I'll credit you every
It
time.
works. But yeah, so when you roved on in here, but yeah, you were wearing the mask already, and do you wear 24/7 like her?
No, well, that's the thing. I'm not a psychopath. I mean, a part of me wants to make people believe that I wear 24/7.
Yeah.
But like, realistically, I'm just, I'm in the pocket hole zone. I'm in the pocket zone.
But yeah, we never introduced your name. Your PDF
Oh.
pocket hole. What the fuck is that, bro? What does that mean? PDF pocket hole. I know a
I think
PDF file. Is it to do with
You know the answer when you ask me, like, what does something mean?
Of course.
What is it?
I'll let you answer.
It means nothing.
Okay, yeah.
Nothing. It means absolutely
Fuck all.
yes.
Okay.
You're not allowed to curse on this.
You are.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you're not.
Okay, okay, sorry.
You're the host of the show. You're supposed to know this.
Them are the rules.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah.
We have a new song actually.
Wow.
Are you going to
We're hoping
perform
to
it?
debut. No, we had it recorded at
Oh,
the
it's here, is
studio
it?
like during the week. It's called Sometimes I Feel Like,
Okay.
and it's number 1. Take it away.
Here's a little number called Sometimes I Feel Like.
It's nice.
Oh, thank you.
Here's a little number called
That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Did you write that?
Both of them together, wasn't it?
It was a joint effort between myself and PDF Pocket Hole.
Yeah.
And are you
Collaboration.
proud of it?
Absolutely.
Is your family proud of it?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, so what we're doing now, I would call myself a musician. I think you'd probably
Absolutely.
say the same. Because we play music, that's the thing.
Yeah.
We have a YouTube show where usually it would be me. I'd make some like music videos and have a podcast, do some like entertainment online, you know, the
Yeah,
drill.
yeah.
But we've been doing this show called Hyperbite, where we'll be in a rehearsal studio. We just essentially improvise 3 hours of footage that makes it about 10 minutes in the end.
Yeah.
And man, it is so much fun. We'll just,
I know the level I've seen some of the level that's put into it is crazy. Like for I don't know, it is like top level production. You're saying like downplaying not knowing about equipment, but obviously there's no way you could produce something like that and not know about equipment. Like
well,
it's mad.
I think I'm quite good at like press and record on the
Okay.
camera. Like I buy the camera, set it up, press record. But as for like white balance and all
okay,
that
but
kind of
you're
stuff,
good at editing. Is that what do you do the what's your roles in your relationship?
I'll take this one.
This is your
So my name is Jefferson Templeton Steelflex.
yeah. You look like a Jeff. I actually thought that when you
Yeah,
walked in. You
Excellent.
look like a
I'm
Jefferson.
glad to hear that.
Yeah.
J for short, you know.
Yeah.
I knew Pocket Hole through his mother.
he fucked my mom. Oh, can I say that?
Yeah,
you
you
can,
can.
yeah.
The truth's
If
the
it's-
truth.
yeah.
We're not about.
I'm not,
censoring
I'm not the
truth.
only one that did.
No,
Yeah.
But that's how I knew. But we got along quite well.
she gets around.
She gets along with everyone. Pocket Hole asked me to help in his artistic and musical endeavours, as it were. I had one condition.
The cameraman's laughing over here.
He's just laughing at
Chuckle.
serious.
It's serious.
Trying to trauma hero on.
For my services, there was one thing that I requested, you know, for my drop shipping, haulage, and occasional drumming services, and it was a picture of Pope John Paul II.
Mm-hmm.
Electric Boogaloo.
Return of the Paul.
And did you receive this?
So I receive it in the form of a jigsaw puzzle.
Okay.
And any time I assist Pocket Hole in his endeavours, such as this, I receive
Yeah.
What do you receive?
one piece.
Drop shift.
Cameraman, he's
fella.
starting to tear up and cry here on because you're literally talking about childhood
That's a
insecurities.
special
You're
story.
literally not supposed to laugh.
He also has this disorder where if someone laughs, he laughs as well.
Yeah.
But
I'm actually
laughing,
crying. You just
Yeah, he's trying to
hide the tears.
mask how bad it is.
it's pain. His
I'm
bones are
currently
made
a
of glass.
sixth. I'm sixth of the way through my jigsaw puzzle. So we're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there. A few more Hyperbite sessions, a few more podcasts, a few more features on PDF Pocket Hall's YouTube channel. Hopefully I'll have my picture of Pope John Paul II.
In the form of a separated.
What does John
Peace.
Paul II mean to you?
Everything.
Does he? Yeah.
Absolutely everything. I can't swim.
I can't.
Oh man.
Oh,
And
can you
I also
could you
enjoy.
pass that down?
I enjoy crude drawings as well.
Crew drawings.
Yeah, that's important.
Drawings
Crude.
from the crew.
No, crude.
crude.
Oh, crude.
Very crude. Very crude drawings.
You want me to read this out?
Yeah.
Okay. The vast majority of young men are. So this was written by.
You just gotta
Team.
read
You just
it.
need to read it.
Yeah.
Follow the rules.
The vast majority of young men are scared to be alone. If you're a young man between the ages.
Now this is serious. I don't know what's going on.
Don't be
There's
laughing.
something in the water
this is
here.
real
Don't
shit.
be laughing, please.
Okay. Just
Can you-
think about something that's not.
Focus.
If you could also, what camera? Maybe look into that camera just when you're starting
The
off,
creepiness.
because you're addressing.
The vast
The people.
majority of young men are scared to be alone. If you're a young man between the ages of 18, 27, listen to this podcast, listen up and listen well. The only person who can understand your mind is you. No one could do it for you. You need to break free from the crowd. Be alone. Discover your individuality. If you're curious how this can be achieved, just go. Go somewhere. Pack your bag and go. Just go to Limerick City. Go see King John's Castle. Tourism Ireland.
Yeah, that last bit he improvised.
I added
That was well said, man. That's fair play.
Really?
That was
number
good,
3
yeah.
down.
Well
hit
done,
number
yeah.
4. Hit number 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Well done. Fair play. That was a great point.
Yeah.
Thanks, I appreciate
I
it.
need that back actually
You
for
need it back,
something
Yeah, yeah.
later.
No, that's-
So you have to do like some sneaky. Are you getting paid by King John's Castle
No.
No, that's just a good example of somewhere where you can really discover yourself.
yourself?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you can
Okay.
discover yourself anywhere.
Yeah, that was just an example we used.
Okay, where's the weirdest place you've discovered yourself?
You said this is a family-friendly show, didn't you?
Yeah.
Next question.
What is discovering yourself?
Do you want to take that?
Sure. You know, everybody these days gets too, engrossed in the crowd mentality. You know, everybody wants to do what everyone else is doing, and I think myself and my compatriot here are shining examples of just like, fuck it, like just again,
No,
family-friendly podcast. And I know we've already.
That's my bad. I keep.
Wait, is it a family-friendly podcast? Or
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah,
Oh, right.
friendly
Okay.
enough.
it is.
Like,
Okay, well, screw it. Do whatever you want. You know, be a bit
Yeah.
weird, and you can have a normal life as well. But every now and then, just go off on your own and just do something different.
And do you not think it's a bit dangerous being yourself sometimes?
Well, I think potentially socially, but like any kind of ramifications that you face are, worth it for
Yeah,
discovering what you actually enjoy.
It's worth
Yeah,
taking
that's
the
true.
risk because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, people respect other people who just go out there and do their own thing.
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I am also like cripplingly anxious as well.
Behind the mask. Or with the mask.
Yeah, behind the mask. In front
Okay.
of the mask is usually grand.
Okay.
But like, say for example, with this show, right? Like I was saying to you before the cameras started rolling here, that something I really admire about the show is that like you just keep going. It's like
Yeah.
the show comes out on Monday and Friday, right?
Yeah.
That's like a full-time job.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
And you invest in the show and you invest your time in it, and you don't have time to be looking in the rearview mirror saying like,
Yeah.
oh, episode 27 wasn't great because I like.
Episode 27
Yeah.
is very good, wasn't it? Wasn't 27?
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was actually we were saying on the way. But the thing is, like, it's like negative and positive
Yeah,
criticism
yeah.
of yourself. It's good to have both. You should say like, all right, that episode wasn't good and this one was good. But at the end of the day, just keep going.
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
putting them out there.
Really fucking appreciate that because cause you know yourself like doing that shit, like the amount of time that goes into it is like fucking, it actually that's really genuinely motivating to hear that.
It is.
And like now I want to fucking edit and like, cause like you would start building up a bit of like, not resentment, but I know it's like resistance towards it, and like hearing that is fucking lovely, like to keep going. Like I really appreciate that.
You don't generally hear it enough as well because
Yeah.
my problem was mostly that, and this is why I'm saying I'm like cripplingly anxious just in general. But I had this like error in thinking in which no one really like comments on my stuff.
Yeah.
And I kind of took that as like, oh, no one's really watching. But the amount of people I'll meet who like come out of the woodwork, even in real life sometimes, someone might be talking about like an artist who I did a video for, and be like, oh, I actually did that. They're like, that's you? They were like, oh, I watch all your videos and like my friends know all your stuff.
Yeah,
but no
yeah.
one like, they just kind of watch and enjoy the show.
No,
Like, do you comment on stuff online? Either of you?
No, I know.
I never,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never do. I have to like go out of my way,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
like if it's something like this. I'll watch your
Do you
show.
know, yeah,
and-
when did you commented, you were the first person outside, because like a lot of our guests local, we want to do a mix now, getting the local guests on those wholesome lovely conversations, and then these wholesome lovely conversations with like people from outside, you know, a balance. Anyway, but like, so in the beginning it was all local, but I think you were like a year and a half ago, like the first, I think you commented whether it was a Facebook, but with the first comment from
Facebook.
outside it, maybe
Don't
it
be
was
tarnishing
YouTube.
my reputation.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah, it was on YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
I think it was YouTube, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
We've gone international.
Yeah, literally.
You made it to Dublin.
Yeah, and I actually only found out. I thought you were Limerick, and that's mad. Even in Dublin, you found. But yeah, fuck.
Well, that's the thing
cool.
is that like you just know someone who knows someone, and then it goes from there.
Yeah.
Well, that's also why I have the mask, because I don't want like my friends and family to watch
Yeah.
my stuff.
Okay.
Because like we used to have this band, and I used to be a bit paranoid that like, is anyone coming to our shows? Like people are coming to the show, but he has so many friends, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That I'd be like, how many of them are your friends? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, I assume like 60 of them, which
Yeah.
probably wasn't true, was it?
No. It was a good view.
I love the idea that like I didn't tell anyone I'm doing this. I don't think I did.
Yeah.
Like my family, I don't have no family. I have no family.
Yeah.
So
You have a man.
oh yeah, that's what she got. Yeah. But the thing is, like, it's he's laughing again. You got a camera on this float. He's loving it. But that's the thing, yeah. Also, you have a bit of a backstory, don't you?
Oh, I do. Yeah. Will I go into that or?
Yeah. Please do.
Okay.
You're on Crime Line now.
Okay. Grand. Well, I'm trying to talk this up. So as mentioned, name Jefferson Templeton Steelflex. Big fan of crude drawings. Can we just? I don't know if the camera can see that.
Middle camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll hold it up while you're
Straight on
talking.
Yeah.
Which one should I?
The middle one.
Middle one, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Middle
I'll
camera.
give you. Cycle it to this one as well. Yeah. Cycle through.
Lovely.
Yeah. Very important.
Yeah.
I was born poor.
Oh, lovely. I see what's
You were born poor.
Born very poor. Yeah.
closer if you can. Or
Oh, nice.
because
Oh, that's lovely. What is it? A bird?
it's a
It's a dragon of sorts.
Dragon,
Of sorts. Yeah.
Did you draw that?
I did. Yeah. Yeah. Big fan of the crude kind of art.
That's nice.
Yeah.
that is crude.
Yeah. Very crude.
Wow. That's fair play to you, man.
Yeah. So I was born very poor.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, I had no drop shipping locations.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's nice as
Dropped
well.
out of high school
Yeah.
and I was sprayed with a hose every day.
Yeah.
Which one is his?
His is number 2, the yellow one.
Keep talking.
At the age of 20, moved to Austria, opened a warehouse,
Can you make this louder?
Yeah. Wait. Why?
destroyed in chemical fire,
What?
Just sounds good.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
good.
wait, what?
22 dead,
Turn up max.
14 wounded,
Loud.
still no respect. Disappear for 6 years. Ignore all women. Open drop shipping location. Make $5,000. I don't stop there. Own 13 rare fish. Refuse to sleep. Penny farthing twice a day. Now I spray the hose. Next question.
Wow.
Wow.
Fair play to you.
Where did you get your start?
Start.
Where did you get your start in this career, flourishing career? That's my next question.
Well, I just, realised the potential that could be made in the
Yeah.
drop shipping
Drop shipping, yeah.
business.
That's how we met.
That's how I met Pocket Hall's mother through
That's
drop shipping.
right.
Oh yeah, that's true.
What is drop shipping?
General logistics, haulage, transport.
We were in a drop shipping band.
Right?
Yeah.
The drop ship Murphys.
And would you just drop ship yourself to different places or what?
Exactly. Yeah, different locations, gigs, doing gigs out of the back of 20-foot containers.
Oh.
Gigs for sailors,
Gigs
dock hands.
on trucks.
Parcel motel.
Yeah, parcel
Yeah.
motels.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do we have motels in Ireland?
Parcel
Yeah.
motels.
Parcel motels, yeah. We
Yeah.
do.
Oh, parcel motels. You don't stay over
Oh, yeah,
there.
that's
Yeah.
a big part
For
of the
drop
operation.
shipping, yeah.
That was actually, we had that idea where like you dress up as a parcel and like check into the parcel motel.
Yeah, and just see where I get sent. Like,
that work.
see how far they can send you. Yeah.
Nah. What was the next question again?
Yeah.
Did you say the next question already, or is it yet to come?
I think I have to ask myself a few questions
Yeah.
at the moment.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Wait, I actually, I asked you earlier, but I don't want a genuine answer.
Okay.
What did I say again? It was like, do you know yourself? You got to be yourself.
Oh yeah, you were saying to be yourself. I was
You
worried
gotta know
about this
yourself.
complex situation we had upon us, and you were saying to be yourself.
Yeah. But do you think you know how to be yourself?
No, not at the moment, but like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, tell us more.
Sometimes I do when I'm alone, like, and you know, no, I find it's what I noticed though is genuinely is the level. It coincides with the level of comfortability. Like so, like I'm actually fairly comfortable around you now because you're a bit mad. Like so, you know, that's
I think
okay
we're the
for-
most normal people going.
Yeah, okay. And then like so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you know what I mean though? Do you ever like? I feel I can be myself around people that I like. I'm on the same thing. I don't know how to explain that.
But yeah, people
But
that
yeah.
are also being themselves.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Do you feel like you can be yourselves, or is that why you're?
Absolutely, yeah.
Why are you wearing masks? So?
Because we can't. You know, it's funny because we were saying on the way up,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this is Jefferson's first interview
Okay,
in,
right.
in the PDF pocket world.
This isn't really. This is all new ground for me. So
Yeah, yeah.
He sits back on the drums. Well, we do the emergency instrument swap every now and then.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
mostly just like holding the beat, you know. So I've done plenty of interviews and stuff, and
Yeah.
it's just that it's actually easier to wear the mask.
Okay.
I found that like the very first time I did it, I showed up and had to meet the interviewer in town in Dublin. I was standing on Exchequer Street, and I wanted to wear. I had the costume on and everything. I wanted to wear the mask, but I was just feeling so like exposed or whatever. Like if I was just pop on a mask and just stand there.
Yeah.
And then I regretted it immensely because it's like, you know what? I want to wear the mask. I'm actually fighting my nature here.
know.
Yeah,
I want
yeah,
to do
yeah.
it. So it's like being ingenuine by not wearing the mask.
Yeah, yeah.
And like you know me as this, so it'd feel a bit ingenuine to show up and be like, "Oh, that old thing." Yeah, it's only the thing I think about every waking moment, like my creative
Yeah.
passion. Like,
no, I get that. That's cool, actually. That's a really cool way of putting it. Like,
I like the mask. It's good.
yeah, it is
hey,
cool.
are you changing your tune now? You're coming around.
Yeah.
You're
No,
saying
it's like
before
the-
this, I hate the mask.
Yeah, before
Get
the-
rid of the mask. And he was like, get him out of here, he said.
I did say that.
Yeah.
I've relaxed a little now.
Yeah, slightly.
that's good.
Yeah, like, because I've had, like, sometimes I've talked about on the podcast some personal things, like how small my penis is, you know, various things where you kind of think, oh, I should have been
yeah.
wearing a mask for that
So
one.
relatable.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
So there's
Seriously
definitely a
relatable.
lot of,
I'm just going to leave you hanging on that one.
no, it does be small sometimes.
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 You're
No.
pulling it back now.
Trying to hide
Come
it.
on, be honest with the people. It's massive.
I have a small.
I thought you said this was family friendly. Can I play sound number 5 or not? I'm
Oh,
not
man.
sure where
Go
this
on,
is
you
going.
can, I'd say.
What?
It's
I'd
not
say you
that
can.
bad.
No,
Just press-
no.
It's not worse than what
You know what you should do? You should play sound number 5, but then you should bleep it later.
Yeah, go
Okay.
on. Yeah.
Then I do, yeah, okay.
What is
Bleep. Do you know?
And then you'll edit that in.
What did it sound
See,
like?
it's not that bad.
Yeah, he can't
was-
hear it. He's,
I don't hear anything.
Oh, right. It was me. It was my mom moving some boxes earlier before I came over. Relocating.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
That's fuck. Yeah, both of you are from Dublin. How do you like Dublin?
I like Dublin, yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
I shouldn't be saying that on record. I like Dublin.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you're allowed to like just so maybe there's parts you like and don't like.
I literally have the fucking.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Look at that.
You like it now. You have
yeah,
to.
you have to, yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That's
he's
cool,
getting me
though.
into
That's cool.
Dublin. He is like, I've lived abroad for not most. My adult life. I moved to France when I was like 18.
Oh,
Then
right.
moved to Holland, moved back for a while. And I don't want to get into this, but the renting situation, because I don't have family who live in Ireland or anything.
Yeah.
Man, I was renting like a foreigner, you know, coming over like I don't have like people to stay with.
Yeah.
And then I left again just like before the pandemic. So the kind of point I'm at now, in 2019, I made this album and I was like touring it, doing shows, and I had I was like going around Ireland running away from the pandemic. So I started in Dublin, went to Dundalk. When I was in Dundalk, they were like, "Oh, we have to cancel this show because of this we'll just say the AIDS virus, you know, because I know you get demonetized."
Yeah.
AIDS was going around, so they were like, "There's loads of AIDS about," and then so I had to run away from the AIDS. Like we were going to Limerick, had another show. You'll bleep this out later.
We won't beep anything out.
Making so much work for
I
you.
don't have time.
So I went around. If you can imagine, this is like Ireland here.
Yeah.
I was going around to Limerick, and then that show was cancelled. So I was like, where am I gonna go? Like, because it was like, you're gonna have to lock down for 2 weeks. I had this show in Spain. I was like, I'll just go to Spain. And look, it'd be funny to get stuck there for 2 weeks, because it's only gonna be 2 weeks, you know?
Yeah. And did you get stuck there?
For 2 years, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you think you were spreading the bloody thing around? Was it?
Yeah, it sounds like.
Yeah. They originally named it after me, but then they changed
We found
it.
case number 1 here.
Yeah. Case 1. I got it. This case 0 is like the original guy. He gave it to me, and
Yeah, it's
the fool I am. Fortune's fool.
Yeah. And what do you, because, you know, you're really interesting, unique style in making content. Like, what's your opinion overall on content made in Ireland? Whether both mainstream, RT, or like...
Do you like
new
Fair
internet
City? He's
stuff?
asking. He's a big Fair City fan, this man.
Do you like Fair City?
No, I can't.
Do you watch television, Irish television?
I actually can't say I do at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm not that I'm like against it or anything. It's just I don't know. I just
Anti-television.
But like, if there were, do you watch Netflix or anything like that?
I suppose I'd stick on well mainly into Disney Plus now at the moment.
Well, we're very different in that sense.
Yeah.
I don't think we even like the same music, really. Like, I'll play some stuff for him, and he's like, remember the other day you were like, you know, it's nice that you can play this for me, but you're also aware that it's like not good.
Yeah.
Like, it was like SpongeBob Squarewave trance remix.
Oh God.
Like,
He's like, I need to show you this. I know you won't like it, but I think you should hear it, kind of a thing. And I think, you know, we've that kind of appreciation and respect for each other's tastes.
yeah.
But in terms of content, like I wouldn't even watch that much YouTube or anything like that, to be honest.
Okay, yeah.
Not out of badness or anything. I've nothing against it. It's just
doing other shit or whatever.
yeah,
Like,
that's it, yeah, pretty much.
well, it's funny. We were talking on the way up as well. Like, he listens to the radio. And it just occurred to me in the car, you know, it's just what you something to say about that?
I know. I found it funny how like you found it so surprising that like you're like the radio, like imagine
I've only met you once though, and I'm surprised you watched radio. I can't understand.
I didn't
like-
watch the radio.
Listen.
Man.
Whatever you do.
It's not 2112 here.
That's
Cyberpunk.
sometimes I leave the car crashes, but sometimes I do watch the radio. Yeah. It's more interesting than the road. Like
Yeah. The video
Yeah.
radio.
What do you like on the radio? Joe Duffy? Or
you
what?
don't have it down here, but we've Radio Nova.
I do
It's-
know.
okay.
right.
You know, yeah. Dublin, Kildare, Meath and Wicklow.
Yeah.
And it just plays like classic rock tunes. To be honest, some of them are like
That's
shy
cool.
and repetitive and
Yeah,
stuff.
you know, I
Yeah.
But
I
like it's the
Radio
best of
Nova.
a bad bunch in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
you get news talk for like sport or whatever, grand. Today FM, you're just getting all pop songs and stuff. Not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Radio Nova, and like they do news and everything and good like DJs.
We
and
have
stuff,
nothing
so.
down in Tip where like there's
We-
any good music.
We
Yeah.
do so.
Oh
No, I
No,
know.
we have.
Shout out,
Hang on a
number
second.
one radio station in Tip is...
We have Tip FM.
Tip
And we
FM.
also have Tip Midwest.
Rivals.
Yeah,
On
fuck.
Tip.
Do they like slag each other off? Like,
No,
oh,
they're
you
cool.
never believe what was on Tip West today. Bunch of charlatans they are. Say it in your accent, obviously.
Yeah, no, it's one of the best stations around, really, Tip FM.
Well, just
Tip FM.
Yeah.
Listen
Your
now.
local station.
I love that. That's their slogan. Listen now. There's like there's one guy running the whole station. He's making the slogan. He's like playing the tunes and everything. He doesn't have time. But you know, the thing is, like you were just saying about TV and radio and whatever. I am like so isolated. I ask him a lot of times for like, I'll do something and I'll be like, does this make sense to people?
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
live in. I don't watch like TV or Netflix or like anything really.
Dahi and Mara in the mornings. You watch that or any of that daytime television, Judge
No,
Judy?
I don't have like a cable connection and stuff.
Just the internet and stuff. Like
I have internet and stuff,
yeah,
all that stuff.
all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And what's your like? What about like the side of content creation, like coming from the internet, the new wave? Like, what do you think of like Irish content creation in that regard? Like,
Do you watch Irish?
like is there
not
any
much.
creators? Not even like YouTube, even like music videos and that
Yeah.
sort, everything like that. Like,
I can only say there's one person I religiously follow on Instagram.
Okay.
And it's Dave McSavage.
yeah,
he's
he's
good, I
good.
like
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, like I think he just fucking with the savage eye and everything. Like he just
Brilliant.
captured my imagination perfectly.
Yeah.
and like it's just like perfect comedy. And like even now the stuff that he puts up on his Instagram and like the bits from his live shows and stuff, he's just gas.
good.
Like
But you
Yeah.
know, that's where we differ. I actually, I have to say, I'd never seen like a Dave McSavage thing.
Okay.
But I did kind of look him up
But
after
you
you
don't
said
like
that.
him, is what you're telling us.
No, I just thought it's probably not my
Get
thing,
off the
isn't
fence.
it?
No.
Is it not my thing? I felt like it
I
wasn't.
think you like it.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if you didn't.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very funny.
Because I'm not too
He's
gone.
nuts as well.
There's very rare that I'd ever. I don't know. Yeah, but it's still. I think he's good. Anyway,
I love that he doesn't give a shit and he just
Exactly, yeah.
embraces the awkwardness. And
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Absolutely.
It's so good.
See, the thing is, like, whenever I see anything kind of associated with it, mainstream
No,
Irish
yeah, that's
thing,
the
I
thing
just
with
I'm
me.
repulsed by it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm also like I'm such a miser. I think it's from my intense passion for creating good things. That, like, I'm so critical of myself, and that'll also like manifest outwards to like what other people do, and it really bothers me, especially when like my instant reaction to everything seems to be like, oh, this is why that's wrong, and this is why that's wrong, and I might meet the person and be like, oh, that guy was just so nice. And then you look at his stuff and be like, oh, whoa, what was I on?
I know the crack. Yeah.
I think everyone does it a bit.
Yeah.
But like he'll check me because he's so positive. He'll be like, no, I think it's all right. And I'll look at it again and be like, oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah, I started doing that as well recently, just taking into account, because like one of my favorite things Tarantino said was like, there's no such thing as a bad movie. He said, if you ever met a movie, you know how hard it is, we should celebrate every single movie ever created. And I was like, fuck, I really get that. And ever since now, I've never seen a bad movie, because I can just imagine the work that goes into it. Whether it's shit and cringy, like, it doesn't matter to actually make a movie, to make anything. There's some sort of level of heart and passion.
Yeah, it applies for everything as well. Like, the whole range of media, not just
Music
movies, I suppose.
too, yeah.
That's also the thing I was saying to you about the podcast, is that it's just so obvious that hard work goes into it. And I feel like, you know, there was this director, Matt Johnson, he's a Canadian guy, has great insights like that. He always says that your project is like 90% done and it's okay, but it's the last 10% that when you keep pushing, it makes it that much better. So I've been trying to do that with our Hyperbite series, where it started off where like we'll play songs, but we won't even like fully write them or flesh them out.
Yeah.
And then we were doing like fully fleshed out songs, and then we went back again, and I was like, you know what? Let's stop improvising so much and just like try a lot harder.
Yeah.
We were still improvising a bit, but then like every time you try, like you get that extra 10%, you keep pushing it.
Yeah, I like
then the
that,
next time, like it gets easier to get to that point, and then you push it again. And at the end, like I think we're getting to a point where you can see the hard work going into it.
Yeah. Your shit, you can definitely see it. Like,
Yeah, well, it's a hard work you're putting in mainly. Like, I just transport, obviously, haulage, and play drums as well.
Yeah.
And we swap instruments as well, but like he, pocket hole here, in fairness to him, does put in a serious graft to make that happen. So,
well, I
credit
suppose
should go to him.
there's also hard work, and then there's like an attitude. Like I can do a lot of stuff by myself, and it's just missing an energy, and I can put loads of hard work into it. But then, I mean, you also downplay the role that you play.
Thank you.
Because like, yeah, it takes a lot to show up and do something. Like, I think I was telling you a story earlier, maybe I was saying to somebody else in secret, but that I was giving someone an opportunity. Like, I've been looking for a team recently, and I wanted to just get like people who are kind of aspiring to do creative stuff, like a graphic designer, a social media guy, someone to help film. Like, I'm just looking for anyone. And if you're out there, contact PDF Pocket Hole, just to like build a team of people who's like, all right, look, I'm not going to pay you well, but the idea is
I'll abuse you.
I am a rampant dictator of creativity.
Be ready to find a mask as well.
And you'll need to wear a mask. But if you're down with all that, it's like you're investing in potential, because you put in the work now and it's going to be a struggle. But then when we get to the promised land and like we put in all the work, everyone comes together, then it'll be worth it. And this guy's like, nah. I don't get that. I don't get people like that.
Man, I know the crack. Like yeah, it's because people, it's same with just like, I don't know. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But do you think though, like what is that about? Because I know there's like a lot of, my experience with that is like people, and it's people I approach aren't, I'm not going to ask anyone on the street. It's people I know who have the thing, first of all, and that they're bored, and they're talking about how bored they are and how they want to do something cool. And like, you had this thing before, I'd be at all these sessions and stuff, and I had this thing where people would like come at me with ideas, or I'd be talking to them about ideas, and I didn't give a fuck if I only had an hour sleep or sleep at all. I'd be at their door the next morning, like wanting to do it, and they're like, no, and they just, that was the extent of it. Like, so I just find it so hard, like, because I don't know, there's all these ideas, but when it comes to it, it was like literally that whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
Well, you know what is shocking as well? And hope the person I'm about to slander isn't watching this. She's actually all right, but just like specifically, been cycling through a few people.
Yeah.
And, you know, some people, it just doesn't work out and it's fine. But like one person in particular went to college for 4 years to study something related to all this stuff. And now she's grand. I don't hold it against her.
What's her name? Mary, is it?
Mary, yeah.
I know.
You know Mary from
do.
Dublin.
Mary Mac, yeah.
Everyone knows her. She, I don't know. She just was like, oh, I'm not really that bothered. Like, I don't know. She just like what you're saying. I wake up and I'm like, creation. You know?
Yeah.
But she's like, yeah, I'll go to college and study it for 4 years, but like I'm kind of busy doing ketamine on Saturday.
Yeah.
Can I say that? I probably can't. This is so hard. She said, I'm busy on Saturday, is what she said.
Yeah.
Ketamine takes time.
It
Does take time.
It does.
I've heard.
And if you know that you have an engagement on Saturday, you might think, you know what? I'll teetotal it today, my friends.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
Where did the pocket hole come from, or when did you become pocket hole, or what the hell?
I think if I was to guess, it was May 15th, 2018.
Okay.
I know it was in May. Well, the years are such a blur now.
Yeah.
But I remember when I came back to Dublin after living abroad for a few years, I was like straight into it, doing some music videos, and it all came together really slowly. Were you there when I'd be recording podcasts in my house, and like we did a few test ones that no one will ever hear, and we'd get like very drunk, or I would, and you weren't drinking.
Yeah, I'd usually drive. Yeah.
So I'd just be passed out. I remember I didn't even make it through like one of those episodes because I was just like passed out. But I had like duct tape, just like sellotaped to my face. Like it came together so slowly.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, just about things being cringe, like so much of it was intense cringe.
Yeah.
But then,
Lovely.
like started making music videos, and I felt like that was where I was like, oh wait, I'm actually quite good at that.
Yeah.
Started doing that, and then kind of came back to the podcast, started getting better at that, started filming videos for other people, and then all of it, like, it just all pushes you forward.
Yeah.
So I think it was 2018 or 2019. It might have been 2019.
I'd say it was 18. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking back, yeah, because we were doing a lot.
Yeah, we
Back
filmed
then,
like
yeah.
a web series.
Yeah.
I took it down now.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
I'm sorry, but some of it I was like, oh, if anyone sees this.
Yeah. It was good fun.
Yeah, because
though.
it's weird because you can take into context, like you can watch it back and you can be like, you can take into the context of that this was from years ago, but it doesn't matter if some stranger watches that for the first time. They're not going to think, well, he was 6 years ago or whatever. He's different.
There was
It just-
one comment that sometimes like the worst criticism is when they're absolutely right and you
Yeah.
just see it the way they see it. There was
Yeah,
one
yeah.
on the like one episodes we did in his house. It was like so erratic. And like we had no plan. We were just improvising the whole thing. I never told you this because I didn't want you to feel bad. It's just this guy commented, a total stranger.
Yeah.
And he just goes, "What is this?" And I just saw it. I was like, "You're so right. What is this?"
Yeah,
To
yeah.
a stranger, this looks insane. I mean, to us it looks insane
is that
too.
part of
but-
what you're going for though? Like the whole what? Like do you want that?
No, but
Okay.
that's the funny thing is I know that I tend to do stuff and people have that reaction. So I try tone it down, but they
Yeah.
still say that, you know?
Did you say you lived in Holland? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to the Festival of Fools there? No.
No, whereabouts in Holland?
I haven't a clue. It was not far from Amsterdam anyway. We went on a
fit
train.
right in there,
Yeah.
Oh, do they wear masks?
Pretty much, yeah. It's like literally me and a friend went there for 10 days and we got on the train. At least I think this happened. I'm just thinking. And for about an hour we got to this place and it was just like little stalls that you go in and you could like pay €1 to meet God.
Oh yeah.
Not the real one though. It's like seeing Santa
Santa,
in
yeah.
Blanche. You sit on his lap.
Yeah.
Tell him, I want to
pay-
stop being so sad all the time. Can you make that happen?
All the stalls were about the size of this room, and there was a different thing. There was another guy who was playing a piano in like a jazz bar from the 1930s or something. All set. You're sitting there, like you could travel in time. You could do everything.
And so these people looked kind of outlandish and
Yeah, it was a different. Each little hut was a different experience. So the one where you meet God was it just kind of went woo, like that. It went like that for
a fella just in the back?
he did, yeah, for a while, right? And we were really focusing in on him. And he was going woo, like that, right? And the lights were going lower. We were more focusing on him going woo, and then next thing. Massive explosion and the place lit up, like frightened the shite out of him. And that
was it like a good production?
Yeah, very good.
Oh, right. Because in my mind, I'm just imagining one fella like, ooh.
Well, it was like that. It was pretty shit at the start. I was just thinking, this guy's taking the piss.
Yeah.
He's charging €1 for to go.
But you know what's funny is that you can get away with anything if there's a certain amount of production value.
Yeah.
One of the funniest things for me is like putting loads of effort into something that's like 10 seconds long in a video.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was impressed by some of the things you do. That there's a
Very
crazy
good.
amount of.
One of the things, like we did with the Hyperbite video, is at the start there's like a title card. I don't know if
Yeah.
it'll be a recurrent thing, but there's just like for like 3 seconds on screen, there's just loads of text. I'll be like, all right, fellas, so this episode was recorded on this day, and just giving you like a backstory to the episode.
Yeah.
But it's like the actual thing is like a really nice graphic design. But it's
Yeah.
only on screen for like 3 seconds, and it's kind of up to you if you want to pause it and watch it.
Yeah, that's class.
For me though, that's hilarious. Like,
Yeah.
it took me like 3 hours to make that.
And you 10 seconds to watch it. Like, it's fucking mad. But do you have any like goals or direction or like things you're trying to get out of this, like, or out of your creativity in general? Maybe if you do other stuff, like
Obviously, the drop shipment or
Yeah, well, I'd like my haulage business to expand as much as possible, obviously, first and foremost.
Yeah.
But with the kind of musical side of things, it's just about, for me, having fun.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
And if
cool.
I can keep doing that and just keep, showing up and making funny things with PDF Pocket
Yeah,
Hole, then I'm a happy camper. Obviously, he wants to take it, further and stuff.
But
But like,
that's the ethos.
It ties in, I like, it can go wherever, and as long as I'm still having crack with it, then that's the main thing. As long as my shipping business is doing well as well, obviously.
Yeah, that's a great part because he is busy with the drop shipping, but he makes the time. And you have some other people who are like, I can't do it this Saturday, I'm doing ketamine.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
this fella's the busiest guy in the world. He has like international shipments day in, day out. But the thing is, like, he knows how to have fun.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
for a long time I was making stuff and it was like laborious. It was
Yeah.
just like a slog. And I don't think it comes out that way. It looks like fun.
Yeah,
But there
yeah.
was a serious element of like trying to just make it. Whereas you just need to relax sometimes and just like,
Yeah, it's like letting go as well. Like, I mean, anyone that really ever does make it sort of in the sort of create, not everyone, but like in most cases, it is that ones that who let go. It's the fun comes first, like, is when
yeah.
you have that blow up or whatever.
Yeah. And
It's like,
if an idea is bad,
yeah,
then you're going to have a bad time. But like, if you have a good idea, like the dressing up as a parcel and going to the parcel motel, like that's a great idea.
brilliant idea.
Could you play 4 there? And when I brought that up to him, he said, can you play 3? And that's how you know it's a good idea.
okay.
Because he laughed like the sound of an audience,
Yeah,
which is mad.
yeah.
That was him laughing.
Laughing.
His laugh
Yeah.
sounds like an
It's a
audience
It's a special
laughing.
talent of mine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it here, though.
It was
No,
good
no.
that you recorded it, like, for us, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has to be, anyway, it's a whole thing.
Process.
And where do you see
The
yourself
setup.
going? You see Pocket Hole. Where do you see this all ended?
My own
Tears.
drug-fueled suicide. That's where it goes.
Tears.
Or maybe like a massacre in a cinema or something.
Yeah, tomato.
Yeah. I mean, well, no, because I kind of did spiral out of control. Like when I was in Spain for the quarantine, I was like, I should say this on record now.
Do
that,
say it on
now
the
that
podcast.
everyone is watching on Everything From Nothing podcast. I'm not sorry, but I will say that I took things too far sometimes.
Did you?
Oh, I just love drama. I was
Okay.
locked in the house and I was like, this person sucks and that person. Well, mostly just one specific person.
People you were living with. Like,
Mary.
No, like another artist in Ireland.
Oh,
Soda
right.
Blonde is her name.
Okay.
So I'd be like, Soda Blonde. I shouldn't be saying this. Anyway, I'd be like, they're shit. And I thought it was funny because I actually don't think they're shit.
Yeah.
And then they just didn't really get the joke. So I just thought that was even funnier. But then I thought, you know what? Like you're saying, where do I see myself? I really was like, I remember saying it to you. And as I said it out loud, I was like, oh, that's insane. I'm an insane person. Like, he was like, yeah, you do kind of go on about that a lot. I was like, oh, Jesus. So I suppose I see myself in a way that I'm just going to like crash and burn Like my instant reaction there being like, I'm just gonna die of a heroin overdose.
Yeah.
But actually, I've changed my tune now because I actually don't like mean-spirited humor.
Okay.
We're drawn to it. Even in the car on the way up, we were like, let's talk about censor this, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, actually, maybe we should just do a bit where like we tell people how to be alone. You know what it means to be alone.
Positive, you know.
Positive message.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that the King James thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what is it? Yeah, it's weird that we are drawn to that mean spirit. I remember as well, you're younger, like there was just the way, I don't know, yeah, we were like in the council estate and like there was like the go-to, like it was just real like dark. And you could always tell it sort of came from the backgrounds of the people and stuff and filtered in like, and it's like, yeah, kids, like I think there's like the freedom or whatever to make whatever jokes you want, but I just, looking back in hindsight, it's really weird we were at that age making weird jokes. Like, it's like, where did that even come from? It's like, it's definitely not healthy. But you know, whether it's morally wrong, maybe subjective, but I feel like everyone can agree it's not the healthiest thing.
Yeah, I think it comes from an attitude of like fighting.
Yeah.
So like something in your past makes you like push back against stuff. It doesn't come from nowhere. And it's also like, I would try and rationalize it by being, if someone like pushes back against me, I'd be like, listen, I'm a person with thoughts and feelings and a whole life. I've been to New Zealand, you know?
Oh, wow. That's so good.
And then, you know, then you're pushing back on them and you're like, well, I suppose they are as well. But we like to think of other people as like a completed work and ourselves a work in progress.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is interesting. That is really true. Yeah, we kind of just see everyone as like they're full in themselves, like they have become themselves. They are themselves.
Oh, this is what you're presenting to the world?
Yeah.
Egg on your face, you know? Whereas me, like, oh, I made a mistake. Leave me alone. I'm only human.
Yeah, that's mad.
That's
funny.
cool.
So your goal is to, but I feel like you have a genuine goal though that you're not saying. I know that the whole heroin thing, but I feel like if you could have one wish, what would it be?
Don't do heroin, okay?
Yeah.
That was just a joke. Right?
Press the button, man.
Yeah.
What's the number?
Press 3 and 4 at the same time.
Wow, okay.
For that one. Yeah, you don't know how to feel really with that.
It's very raw.
No, but seriously, I don't do heroin.
No.
What was the question again? Oh yeah, where am I actually going?
Yeah, like
well,
like if you could have, as generic as the question is, like if you could like have one creative a wish surrounding your creativity, like what would?
Yes. It's funny because I'm actually so realized in this, but it almost scares me the enormity of the task.
Okay.
Is that I would ideally love, well, first of all, to not have the renting problem. Like, geez, we won't get into that.
Like financial.
I know you keep bringing it up.
Don't open up that kind of
Quiet down, Kieran.
Just don't do it. Yeah, like, stop with the renting talk. I'd love to just have like a place where I can make stuff without fear of like being evicted or like the contract running out. And while I'm there, have a team where I can have an idea for a video where I'm like, I have 3 series on the go, for example, like the Hyperbite thing, the music thing we do, making music videos and the podcast. And I'd love to just be able to think of one idea for each, like 1 week at a time.
Yeah.
And be able to say, all right, I talk into the mic, I write down the ideas, this person does the audio edit, this person does the graphics and the social media, and I just like edit the video and make the video. Yeah. And I would do that for until the end of time.
That's cool.
Totally.
I definitely resonate with that as well. Like fucking, just to be, like to me, it's like financial, on a personal level, like there's other stuff, projects doing, I'd separate that. But for me personally, like I'd love to have the financial freedom to not worry about shit like that, rent and all that. And then to be able to pay people to fucking make the thing happen in that way. Like whether it's like, people to video if you're doing whatever it is. Like I definitely like that. Yeah.
Pocket Hole, he's always been a creator. So I think the main thing, if even though he's not saying it himself, is just to have his stuff spread. It doesn't have to be spread to a mass audience, because like, look at us, like the mass audience isn't realistically going
RT doesn't want us.
But I think it's about getting that message to the right people who are going to understand it and understand the art.
Isn't it weird? Like I want this show to be massive, and it's weird because before I noticed like this weird thing, similar thing where you feel weird about saying that. It's like saying like, do you ever remember someone's trying to give you a $5 when you're a kid, and apparently you go, obviously you want the fucking $5, but you're like,
wait,
oh no,
someone's trying to give you a $5?
Yeah, the guy down the alley. And your parents teach you or whoever teach it, well, they don't teach it, but you just feel automatically, it's like in the Irish DNA to say, I know,
you're grand.
Yeah, and I feel like us wanting success and stuff is like that, like, that we are too big for ourselves to even say it out.
I used to always
like,
take the money when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I
You
give a
should.
fuck.
You, obviously,
yeah.
you run away.
Yeah.
Wait, what you say?
Teach
Sid?
your kids to take the money.
Take the money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and
yeah.
run fast. That's why you run fast.
And don't deliver.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
stupidest thing I've ever heard. Taking the money and standing there, like just ready for it. You know,
Yeah.
run away, run away. But
Basic stuff.
it's kindergarten behavior here. No, but that's exactly it. I don't think. I mean, I'd be happy with a small audience, as in like literally enough to just make stuff. I don't buy things or anything. I just spend stuff on like audio equipment or whatever.
I could see you presenting the Late Late Show.
It would be way
It
better.
would be much better.
You know,
A
like
small
the,
audience as
the
well.
intense desire. Oh, like a literally physical small studio audience.
Be really good.
But the thing is, the intense desire to just blurt out like refugee crisis and be like, oh no, and they're like, what about it? I'm like, oh, controversial joke.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
in my ear like, don't do it. I'm like, it's my first day. I don't know. I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I have that urge.
We
Yeah.
went to this is a funny story. I ended up with spare tickets to see Gift Grub, and on the day, and I was like, I'm not gonna not go and waste these tickets. So I was like, here, do you want to go? Like, it's definitely not our kind of sense of humor at all. And he was like, yeah, whatever. Like, it'll be a laugh. And we sat down, and like, I'm nothing against Mario Rosenstock, like he's a genius, but like, it's just his humor wasn't really to our
Yeah.
it didn't really match ours. And he was doing his bit for like 10 minutes, and I turned to him and I just go, he needs to start offending people.
Yeah.
And then he said a specific joke about your area where you're from. And he was like,
Then he
not
actually
like
slagged my
that.
area, and I
No
was like,
way.
oh, well,
Yeah,
fair
yeah.
enough, he doubled down there.
But that's exactly, I don't know why we're drawn to that, but there's something, you know what it is? It's like the impetus is just the forbidden.
Yeah.
I love untapped ground. Even with like listening to music, I love finding a band where you're like, I've never heard music like that before.
Yeah.
I'm not
yeah.
happy with like, you know what, I'll have a Depeche Mode rip-off any day. It's like,
Yeah.
you want, well, I just want, even like the way people look. I want to look
That's
the way people don't look.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's just, I know, you mean, especially just hearing like different music. Because I feel like we're hearing everything, because I don't think we can even grow as a society if we're not like getting those different insights into different types of music. Like, you know, if it's the same stuff, like as you're saying, like the same band sounding like, you know, because you get the Rolling Stones and you're like, okay, here's all the bands that sound like the Rolling Stones, or then you have the Doors or whatever, all those, and it just goes on. But like, you need at some stage for new genres to form and new.
Do you remember the Virgin Prunes? No. Do you remember anything about them? No.
No, I'm interested though.
They were kind of like U2's bigger brothers. Dave Evans was in, or not Dick Evans, The Edge's brother was in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
And they used to just like get blood and shit all over the stage and stuff.
Man.
And, Gavin Friday was in it, Gruggy, and just throw paint all around the stage and sing and scream and stuff.
Well,
That's mad.
you know what's funny about that as well is there's like some people who follow me who kind of take my, let's say, punk rock ethos, and they'll kind of be like, oh, I want to do things that are like mad and weird. And this is also where like I made not the mistake, but I did a lot of mean-spirited humor.
Yeah.
So then people be like, I'm going to do mean-spirited humor, and the shit that they say, I'm like, and they're like, you inspired me to say that. I'm like, oh no.
No, that's it as well. The biggest part I think is cringy. Like, I think people should say whatever they want. Like, as in, would you know, if they feel their fucking ramifications for it, that's on them. Like, and you know, whatever. But like, I just think there's something weird that I just think is so cringy when someone's like who's drawn to a comedian who does it well, like Jimmy Carr. I don't know, like not even if their comedy's bad, but people who are, that's their thing anyway. And then you have all people who like them who are forcing it, trying to say it in the pub and shit, and you're like,
Yeah.
I think
know, it
those are
doesn't
people
work.
who just want to be mean and forget to make it funny.
yeah, exactly, yeah. It's like yeah.
Shock
Yeah.
factor.
They're not even laughing at the joke Jimmy Carr said. They're just laughing at the
Yeah.
oh, he's mean.
He attacked
Yeah.
that person. I'm like,
Yeah.
I hate that person.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is amazing. I should attack that person
Yeah.
/ group of people. Don't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. It's weird.
I'm conscious of time because you have a meeting to go to. I don't know what time it is, but I don't want you to be late.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't mind being late, man. I really don't.
He was texting me being like, you gotta be on time.
No, we have to do shit for this. We're doing a festival.
Oh, festival, yeah. You should come down.
Yeah, for anyone.
Oh, it's today?
No,
Oh,
and
it's
21st of May.
2 weeks time. It's going to be amazing.
Facebook.com/tangle around for anyone watching.
Wait, say it again. What is it?
Tangle around.
Tangle around.
Yeah, it's on 21st of May, so it's this time 2 weeks.
And Galway Street Club are going to be there, are they?
Yeah, and a few other bands.
And Strings and Things are
Teo.
going to be there.
Yeah, Teo and Drones Praise and a few other bands like that. At Facebook.com/tangle.
And how much does it cost to go to that festival, Kieran?
It's free.
Oh, wow. What? What did you say?
Did you hear that, guys?
Free.
Did you hear about PDF Pocket Hole's YouTube channel?
No, enlighten me, please.
It's called PDF Pocket Hole.
Wow.
And I'm on it.
Wow.
And you're on Instagram at PDF Pocket Hole as well.
And Pocket Hole will probably be down in the park on May the 21st.
Well, yeah, you
Probably.
should go
And
down.
you'll never know. You know, I will say one thing just about like, it's not that I don't like meeting the fans, you know. I do the autographs and the kissing the babies and stuff. But like I was at this gig once and this fella who won't be named, he was a guest on my podcast once. Well, it's a 1 in 12 chance of someone guessing that right. But
I can probably already guess. I do.
they were, and well, anyway, I was at this gig and I think I had said I'd be at the gig or something. But some fella was like, recognized that guy and was like, "Oh, is PDF Pocket Hole here?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, he's over there." I was like, "What the like?"
Oh, and did you have the mask off?
Yeah,
Oh,
I was just in
right.
normal attire, you know.
Oh,
I was
shit.
like, this. It's funny because I think some people like completely don't think about the fact that I wear it. They just like
Yeah,
it's something he
yeah.
does. But yeah, don't go to that thing that he said. I won't be there, or maybe I will be there and don't go
He
anyway.
will. No, he will be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, but don't go. Like,
Yeah.
What was it called
He's,
again?
he's actually Tangle Around. He's actually the security guy, the main guy at the gate. That's
Yeah. Pester. No, actually.
don't. What's her name?
Oh, what's my name?
Oh, I thought. What's your name? Who are you again? Oh, I thought you said the security guy's name is Hester.
No.
Oh no, Pester. Don't pester him.
What's
No.
his name?
That's Pester. That's Jeffrey Dahmer. What was it? Wait, what did you say? Jefferson
Steelflex.
Jefferson Steve.
Do you know who
Jefferson
Jeffrey
Templeton
Dahmer is? Is that a name that's in your head? Are you aware of who that
Sounds like a
is?
stand-up comedian.
I try.
Do we give off serial killer vibes?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
I'm alright
Yeah.
with that.
Are you on day release?
No,
Yeah.
not at all,
Actually,
man.
weekend leave.
Weekend leave. Do you have to
yeah.
go back in this evening? Like,
No, tomorrow evening.
No, we're
That's
straight
Get
edge.
out to all sorts of carry on now. this
We're
evening.
cool as cucumbers. We are
you're totally cured now.
bunch of good citizens.
Stand-up citizen.
How have you? Do you come to Tipperary much?
Yeah, all the time. West Tip, you know it.
Did you ever
Listen
like?
to
Did
the
you ever
radio.
think there'd even be microphones down here? You like?
Ah,
Are you
no.
just expecting cows and is that the Dublin?
We did see a significant amount of cows on
Yeah,
the way
there
down.
really is.
I was quite outside my comfort zone with that, to be honest.
He
but-
was telling me on the way up that he went camping. Like you just left
Yeah,
your well, we won't say where you were. You know
yeah.
the thing.
They might find you.
Yeah.
What was the question again?
Something about cows. Oh yeah, well, like, do you know what? A lot of people in Tipperary give out about Dublin people saying, "Oh, Dublin people always say there's nothing in cows, but in Tipperary, but there is nothing in cows. Like there's nothing other than cows. In
Milking
Tipperary.
cows as well.
There's nothing in cows.
There's nothing
Milk.
in cows.
They're hollow,
They're,
like-
they're void.
I like
They're
cows.
void. You
Just
have.
There's cows and the Everything from Nothing podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's nice.
Thank you.
Pass it. But don't tell them.
Yeah.
Did you have any questions prepared? Because you're so good at asking the questions. It's
Yeah,
almost
this is
Really,
a
I
really
feel like
natural
this was-
conversation. I liked it.
Yeah,
yeah.
We stayed up
Yeah.
all night writing the question.
That's
And then we have to learn our lines. He used to say, you know, you're cutting in on my line.
Yeah.
That's your line.
Are you real annoyed when he stumbles?
Yeah. Oh man. I
Tangle around
I
it,
get
man.
really angry.
Yeah.
And I'm trying. You know, yeah. Don't I?
I love
Get
this
really
gesture of angry, like
Yeah.
just the universal
like a cartoon.
I get so
steam
angry.
coming out.
And then I just get really nervous. Have I learned off all the script after we spending so long preparing it? You
Yeah,
know?
I know.
Yeah.
Our script, you should see, ours is like
Yeah.
pages long.
Pages long.
We're not really going to get
1,
through it
2,
all.
Do you have
3,
anything?
4,
Have you
6 or
something else to
7?
read on it? Or
Uh,
did you
no,
go-
Have you
that's-
got a song for us or
pretty happy
anything? Would you
with
sing a
how-
song?
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know if we you can censor it, I
you can
suppose.
sing a song.
You've sung it.
So, well, you can introduce this, I suppose.
Wait, what was it?
No, we didn't finish first.
That's brilliant.
We won't tell anyone about that one.
Number
Okay.
2, please.
Okay, number 2.
Here's a little number called
Where has my Willie gone?
That's nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hyperbike.
That was brilliant.
Well done.
Yeah, thanks a million for coming on. I do appreciate it. This was I don't know what to make the episode. It was the most chaotic and wonderful, a nice balance of wholesome conversation.
And tightly
I don't know how
scripted.
that. Yeah, that really worked out well, didn't it?
Yeah,
See, the birds are like that, and
yeah, we got
Yeah.
birds and tips.
It was all right. I can give you the review after.
Yeah,
I
that would
don't
be
wanna-
nice. It's not for us to say.
We should say the viewers. It was great.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
like there was a couple things there. Anyway, it's grand. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it. Don't want to get self-conscious or anything. But.
No, I do. I do get really self-conscious, so it's really nice for a guest to say that live on the show.
It's about like your voice or
It's about my voice. It's about how
The way
it's
you
how I
look.
feel. Like this, you know, when you're younger and things happen to you, and then like you're projecting them onto a show. And
yeah, and you just have like the weird.
this stuff going
Eyes
on.
and stuff.
Yeah,
You shouldn't be self-conscious. You're a very handsome man.
Yeah, you're actually
Okay.
you're a really handsome guy, isn't it? You're
He
both
is.
real handsome, actually.
Do you know what's funny? That actually makes me more.
What does he look like? Turn around and show us your face.
Oh yeah, he's very handsome as well. 3 handsome men, gee, and you didn't even know what we look like. That's the Jesus.
Yeah.
You're probably better off.
Yeah.
I think I know what you look like.
Yeah.
How would you?
That's what I've been trying to do. Have you been trying to do that? Because we haven't seen you at all, but trying to like paint your
I have
face.
it all coloured in.
Yeah.
Well, see, I actually changed. So, like, what is on underneath is actually different to the actual real thing as well, because I knew you'd be doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, this cheek's over there, that
shit.
chin's up here, and everything.
That's right.
I feel I know you really well, and
Yeah.
your ordinary faces as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, million. Where do people find? Do you have your own stuff as well? PDF
No, I just
Alcoholic.
piggyback on his
Yeah.
stuff.
If you want to contact him, message me and I'll send it on.
Yeah.
If,
And is there ever
if it's
times-
appropriate.
If it's appropriate. Yeah. And are you like
If it's
not,
inappropriate, well, okay,
are
sorry,
you
go
not
on.
worried that like he has like someone's offered you like $1 million contract and he's just like keeping it from you? Right?
He probably deserves it. In fairness, he does literally everything. I just do, you know,
Good guy.
yeah.
You'll
the
never
drop
tear us,
shipping, of course.
never tear us apart. Drop shipping for life.
Yeah, drop shipping for life. Oh yeah.
Right. Thanks everyone for watching or listening. If you did, you probably had a rare experience because we did. And this is we want to have more episodes like this. So if you're ever up for coming down again sometime in the future, it'd be good.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Everything from Nothing podcast. And
And we'll see you next week. You could take over here and just like,
yeah. I'm the host now. Get ready for some action.
Thanks a million. Right, see you next week. Bye.
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 That was good.
I love the taste of strawberry medicine as it runs down my neck. I feel it draw me in, and when it settles on my mind, just know you'll find me there inside.